Hello and welcome to my video review of set number 10266, the NASA Apollo 11 Lunar Lander Lego set. Ages 16 plus, 1,087 pieces. So to start with, I'm going to go over the scale of this lander. So I'll bring up the specifications of the actual lunar lander first and compare it to this. Here I made a makeshift measuring stick, which is 31 studs long. This is not included in the set. Alright, so the width of the landing gear deployed on the actual lunar lander is 9.4 meters, which is approximately 31 feet. So for reference here, I'm going to use this measuring stick that's 31 studs, and it's about almost close. I mean, this is probably around 32, so it's a really close match to one stud to the foot, because the height of the lunar lander is 23 feet, which is 7.4 meters, and, this comes out to around 23 studs tall. So again, one stud to the foot, which is 1 to 38.1 scale. And then the diameter is 13 feet 10 inches, which is 4.22 meters. And that again matches up with this. It's around, give or take, if you measure it from here to about on average 14 studs in diameter. So it's a very close match to 1 to 38 scale, or one stud to the foot, which is what I consider to be minifig scale when I'm building my trains, because that's the gauge of Lego train track, and it's also, there are a lot of other Lego things that scale nicely to 1 to 38. So here it includes two minifigures. We could just say that they're Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong. So here's their faces. Okay. Their faces aren't quite identical. I'm not sure which one's supposed to be which, because one has brown eyebrows, one has black. I would have to do my research on that. Doesn't really matter, though, because they could be any two astronauts, really. But let's just say that Neil Armstrong is the one on the ground who got down first, and Buzz Aldrin's, the second one on the moon climbing down. So that's the minifigures there, and it includes a nice flagpole. So this flag piece is just a 2x3 tile with clips. It has a sticker on it. The lunar lander itself doesn't move everywhere. The legs themselves don't fold up or anything, but it does have some components that, of course, the thrusters and whatnot, you can swivel them, and antennas and stuff. Here it has doors that open. There. You can see that's how you access the interior. At least if you're a minifigure. And then the ascent stage separates from the descent stage. And here you can see the fuel tanks inside the descent stage. So this is the part that remains behind on the moon when they're done with their mission. This is the part that returns to the Apollo CSM when the mission's over. And to access the interior more easily, the back pops off like this. Clever little trick using these 1x1 bricks with the bars, and it just has these 1x1 round plates with holes positioned here to keep it centered on these clips. Here you can see the interior. There's the doors that we open and close. There's a lot of stickers on the inside. Not sure that the camera's going to pick it up fully. I'll just kind of tilt it so you can see. The walls are just covered in inverted tiles with stickers. 2x2 inverted tiles. And it's just a lot of control panels. They got the detail in here spot on. Every little control panel is where it should be on the actual thing. And the doors are just 4 wide by 3 bricks. 4 studs wide by 3 brick tall window with 2 shutters on it, 2 of the door shutters. So it's a little hatch, but you can fit minifigures through it. See? They fit through the door just nicely. And you have some jumper plates in here to stand the minifigures up or sit them down if you want. So there's plenty of space in the interior, which is really, really nice. This just attaches back here like so. I'm actually very impressed by the detail on this set. For a Lego set, I mean, usually I would have to do modifications to get something, you know, close to looking how it should. But I didn't even touch this. I have no plans on touching this. They did a fantastic job with the attention to detail on this set. You know, they didn't even have to include a detail such as the fuel tanks in here, but they did, and that's really, really cool that they chose to do that. There's a lot of metallic gold parts all over here, and then these stickers have really, really shiny gold. I believe that's metallic gold. Yeah, metallic gold. Except these are pearl gold right here. But it's just, you know, a tiny part of the legs, the bar attachments for that. But the rest is actual metallic gold, which is just, it's a rare color. And to be used this much on a set is just, it's really nice. Even though I'm not going to take it apart to use the pieces on it for anything else, because it's such a nice set. It's perfect as is, I think. It's very sturdy with these Technic attachments here. So I'll just give you a 360-degree view of the descent stage. It's a bit dusty because I've had it built for a while. The set is still in production. It's still for sale, which is nice. And I would highly recommend getting it before it goes out of production, because this is just a very nice display piece. And here you can see the moon surface, lunar surface of the moon, with its craters. Plenty of room for the minifigures to move around, and these little slots hold the legs of the Lunar Lander just nicely. So it's very stable in this space. And this just attaches via these clips here. So all in all, my first impression immediately after building this, and even while building it, was I was just very impressed by both the attention to detail and how structurally sound it is. It's not going to fall apart. It's very, very durable. It just looks very nice, like almost like a model. I mean, you can see the studs, but they're minimal. You know, there's not unnecessary studs showing where they don't need to be. They really did a nice job cleaning up with all the tiles. And even the stickers, it didn't bother me applying stickers like it usually does, because I mean the stickers themselves are really nice. Everything is well thought out, and it's where it should be when comparing it to the actual Lunar Lander. And if you haven't seen a Lunar Lander in person, I highly recommend going to the Smithsonian Air and Space Museum in Washington, D.C. sometime. They have one on display there. At least they did last time I was there. So you can see it there for yourself, and it's a very impressive vehicle. And what's also very impressive is that, you know, the technology for the 60s, with that technology that they actually managed to pull it all off. And it all makes sense, too. I mean, it's just a genius design, both in Lego form and the real vehicle. So there we have it. There's my review. I highly recommend this set. You will not regret it. It's worth every penny. You know, it's $100, but it definitely feels like a $100 set. Like it feels like it's worth its parts, like worth its weight in gold. You know, it's well worth that $100. Price per piece ratio is spot on. So what was it? It's 1,087 pieces. So a good price per piece ratio is 10 cents per piece. So it's very, very slightly above that. So it's a very good value. And just, it looks incredible. And that's all I have to say. Highly recommended. And thank you for your time and watching this review. And hey, keep on building.